So basically what had happened is you had tied these two succubi on a rope. You're going to hurl them out.
With me attached. I'm with them.
Attached to them. All right. Okay. Tolgar was papoosing. What was Kyla doing? Remind me.
I'm basically going to be standing right over the top of this window here, and basically as soon as I hear the crash down, I'm going to start my descent down the rope to climb in through the window.
Alrighty. Okay. How long after Shagget leaps off the roof is Tolgar and Thelonious going? Like are y'all like 3, 2, 1, go, or are you delaying?
Yeah, it's going to be.
I think it's a simultaneous move, right?
I think it was offset.
Yeah. It was 6 seconds, like a round offset. Like Emlyn with the group first, then Tolgar, then Kyla. Like,
okay.
Yep.
Round 1, Emlyn. Round 2, Tolgar. Round 3, Kyla.
All right. Okay. So Emlyn, you take a run and leap off of the roof, float out into the nothingness. How did you secure the rope to yourself, incidentally?
Very well. No, I tied myself
around your neck in a noose, or
yeah, sure, I'm dead. What is it? No, I tied the bodies together, and I was between the two bodies, and we were all going as 3 corpses. Like that was the.
So you're not tied to the rope; you're just hanging on to the rope for dear life.
No, I'm tied in it. I tied myself around the waist.
All right, so you are physically attached to the rope. That's all I'm checking.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. So you leap off, you abseil out, and come gliding back in towards the amber glass. As it gets closer and closer and closer to you, you're starting to notice how much thicker it was than you probably originally thought. Doesn't actually really so much appear to be like a pane of glass at all, actually. It looks more like an amber brick, like probably close to a foot thick.
Can I cast something?
Yeah.
I want to cast Shatter on it.
Well, here's the thing. You wouldn't be aware of this information, would you?
Because
this is just Emlyn at this point.
Okay.
So Emlyn flies down, and then Emlyn, you come blasting in towards the thing, and you are going to go into it. Pretty much thump. You can go ahead if you wish, and give me a dice roll. Hold on a second.
Well, don't wish. Then you're fine. Problem solved.
Can I just hide in the bosoms of the succubuses as cushioning?
There you go.
I would, personally.
Yeah, so give me an athletics check. And seeing as you do have 2 succubuses, as you want to call them, I'll give you advantage on that check.
Succubus.
That's 1. It didn't ask me to prompt, so I'm obviously taking it. Okay. All right. Well, unfortunately, yep. Even though you do have a couple of succubi to kind of shield you, you do smash into the glass rather hard, and you're taking. It's only going to be a D4 points of damage, but you're going to take 2. Oh, why did it roll twice? I don't know. All right. So yeah, you go. Poof, all right.
At which point Kyla's going to be looking down and be like, well, that didn't work.
Okay, are you saying that behind you before they leap off?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
What do you mean it didn't work? What happened?
Perhaps if I go down, it'll smash
funny, actually. He just kind of hit the wall. I mean, the glass, but the glass didn't break.
But Tolgar, I believe I do have a solution to that. So what you need to do is you need to go jump back as far as you can. Think of like do you know what the pendulum is?
Okay.
I do not.
So while you two are having your discussion, the one succubi that was hiding on the roof, after being fully aware of this leaping out, has taken it upon herself to be a prime opportunity to come flying down there and try to get some vengeance. You're tied to the rope. It's round by your waist. You're kind of like, you've got dead succubi saggily hanging off of you. As this other bat-winged menace comes
hurtling down. This is the one that's got the little kind of hand scythe that looks like it was made of a femur bone or something like that. Now, she will have to fly down past the opening, so Kyla will see that.
And Kyla will shoot that.
Okay, so
There's
go
something
ahead.
I would do as well, but okay. I mean,
Do we see that too?
Well, this is... So basically, Emlyn is going to be on the wall. Yeah. This thing just goes and drops down off the ceiling. It's not screaming like a sad ninja, like, ah! So it's fairly quiet. Kyla is there kind of watching, looking down, so he will see this thing go bombing down with its wings arced back. You guys will probably notice a blurring, some red blur go, but you can assume what it is, but it's going to be very, very quick is what I'm saying.
Like, oh, we gotta kill this thing now.
So, why don't you all just give me initiative rolls and we'll deal with this little thing first.
Okay.
Oh,
What's that about not getting comment, Paul?
Ouch.
well
Natural 20!
Way to go.
Damn, Kyla.
Save my life, please.
All right,
That's
Kyla
kind
on
of-
a 28. Tolgar on a 19. M is going on a 14. And Theo on an 8. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see where this goes.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
Actually, yeah, no, that's what I was getting at. Was if
okay.
you're in last, either you get to be as spiteful as you want when you end up winning, or nobody loses. And okay, you get to
Okay, so technically this thing is going to count as a surprise attack, so it's going to go before everybody, but
And-
not Kyla.
can't be surprised.
So because Kyla will actually see it, so it won't count as a surprise, but she also cannot be surprised. So Kyla, you will get to go first.
Yes, and I'm gonna shoot this thing, and it's gonna
Really?
die. Yeah, go figure. I'm gonna use my weapon to kill it.
All right,
Whoa.
as you do.
So I'm shooting with this longbow of expenses, and hopefully hitting it with that. Since it's an attack before it's round in initiative, it does get advantage. And since it's an attack advantage, I can apply sneak attack damage.
You can do it. Ooh, 19.
19.
That's the lowest I
Alrighty.
think I've ever rolled.
Come on, come on, come on.
You got it, dude.
Gotta pull my sheet back up real quick. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, 19 is a good hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I guess that 12 damage, but it also gets a whole bunch of other stuff, like
Yep. Now you don't have this doesn't have any extra whammy on this one, right?
no, it certainly does.
I mean, like demon blood whammy.
I get advantage on attacks against creatures, and when it doesn't have that, I get to. So if I any hit scored against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. So it's not surprised, I don't think.
No.
No, I don't think so. Okay, so it's getting this. It's getting an additional this.
All right, so a 14 on top of that. That's a total of 26. All right, but this doesn't have any demon blood or any.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't have had the time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're gonna plug it with the first arrow, but you do get a second shot, right?
Yep. And hopefully, this one will do the rest of it. Because I remember it had been hit before. Whoa.
That's a hit.
And that's another 14.
All right.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Tasty damage.
Okay.
I don't want Emlyn to be totally.
All right, so as it goes zooming past, you kind of plug it with the first arrow, then run to the edge, and then plug it with the second one as it drops down. Okay,
Bottom of it.
it will be next.
It's dead because I killed. Oh.
All right, Emlyn.
For the wings.
So basically, it comes flying down. It is going to take a... It doesn't want to actually kind of get tied up in anything with you, so it is just going to take a single slash with its bony hand axe as it goes by you. We'll hit a 20.
Yeah, I am absolutely hit by that.
Alrighty. Okay, as it goes zooming past you, slashes you for 5 points of slashy type damage.
Okay.
I think I know how many hit points you have left.
Are you still conscious?
Woo!
Technically, I think you're still conscious, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And Thelonious, if you want to do anything, you do get to react.
But can I still see? Can I see the thing?
No, the thing is like 20 feet down on the other side of the tower.
Okay, so I guess my reaction is just being swaddled in this papoose.
Until you can run over there.
I think you can use your hands.
Can I?
Your hands are free, yeah.
Okay, can I reach the edge?
Your edge?
The edge to see the succubus?
Well, you only if Tolgar takes you over there, because it's on this side, and you're on this side.
Shout out the order, command him to
Okay.
run.
So Tolgar basically, Master Blaster that you are, Tolgar has to do the walking, because you can't move.
I'm gonna say, Tolgar, get to the other edge. We need to help. And I'll hold my action until I can see the enemy.
I actually like how this is like a better option of transportation for a wizard.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I'm rat-tattooing Tolgar right now.
So the start of a fresh round, Kyla, what do you want to do?
Did I not get a turn?
No, because that was all part of the last turn. Because the way it works in 5e, it basically bypasses Tolgar and Emlyn because it beats y'all in initiative.
That's interesting. Okay.
Because there is no actual surprise. What happens is it goes before anybody that it beats, right?
Okay. Okay. So yeah, then I'd peek over the edge and take another couple shots. Try and knock this thing out of the sky.
All right. 1 second.
First shot.
Oh, yeah.
That will hit.
And second shot. Am I on the dice roll around? Oof, that was kind of low.
No, they're good.
Nice.
Both hit. Alrighty then. Let's see here.
How much health does this one have?
Well, you also got to remember they're demons and they have resistance to bludgeoning and piercing, so your arrows are only doing half.
Right.
Yeah, Kyla, remember demons?
I don't think of it. I think of supple, blossoming, winged
Heaving.
wings.
Don't forget heaving.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Just for the record, Emlyn's been playing dead this entire time, so we slashed Emlyn, and now I'm not moving because I don't want to get slashed again. So I'm just laying there with the corpses.
Okay, so you're basically playing dead.
I've been playing dead this entire time. Yes.
All right, Tolgar.
Yeah.
All right. After Thelonious commanded me. Hold on.
Lose the cat. Cat baggage.
What? I am okay, and I am running across here,
All right.
turning, going to the window, and just
Yeah, it's 50 feet, so you can dash over there.
turning around and kind of leaning him a little out the window. Like, go.
Okay, so Tolgar uses a dash action to get you there,
Okay.
which is cool. It's cool. It's cool.
It's cute.
Emlyn's playing dead. All right, so the thing basically, because it did a dive bomb and kind of did a flyby slash, it has kind of gone about 15 feet from the ground. You see it kind of swoop and begin to arc back up. It's going to be probably about 20 foot below Emlyn by the time it finishes its movement. Thelonious, what do you want to do?
Okay, and it's coming straight up again for Emlyn against the tower?
It's coming up underneath where Emlyn is. Whether it's coming for Emlyn or you guys at this point, you don't know.
Okay, am I able to discern how, like, beat up it is? Like, does it look... I know that's kind of tough, but I mean...
it still seems to be... It's still flying, so it can't be that bad.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. If it's coming up directly from the tower, I want to cast web from the tower out so that it flies and entraps itself into the web.
Pop web up for me.
Okay.
Because I think web has to actually have... You'd actually have to have something on the other side to attach it to. Otherwise, web will stick to the side of the tower.
The succubus. I want to do it between the tower and the succubus.
Okay, pop it up.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Trying to net her.
If the webs aren't anchored between two solid masses, such as walls or trees, that was my point. Lay it across a floor, wall, or ceiling, the conjured web will collapse upon itself. So web will not work in that way.
Let me ask you this. What if I want it to collapse on itself because it will collapse on the succubus that is coming straight for it?
Okay, I will allow that because I get what you want to cast it out.
Yeah.
And then it'll flop back in and just... Okay, so... But what I'm going to do is, because that will require you to actually time it...
Sure.
As opposed to just casting it as normal. I'm going to say that you are going to be... This is more a...
Yeah, I'm totally for it. I totally am working on this.
This is more... This is not a to-hit thing, because you're not really aiming at anything. This is more timing. So I'm going to let you use your... Really, it's all to do with how well you know the spell. So I'm going to let you do a Knowledge Arcana check.
Okay.
To see if you can anticipate, with your knowledge of how the spell works, how quickly it will spin down, therefore you can time it. Oh! Look at him, look. Look at him go.
I know
Natural 20! Oh, and I owe... let me go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping while we're at it, too. Because we've already got...
Spider-Man that's swaddled.
Kyla has already got a 20, and now Theo.
Swaddled Spider-Man.
I love it when a plan comes together. All right, and if you bet on, and nobody bet on Satch, so guess what? As Satch got the first natural 20, and nobody bet on him, no one got any gold. Okay, all right, so yeah, so what happens is, as it comes flying up, he casts it kind of attached to the side of the tower, and then just open and floating outwards. As the thing comes up, it floats down and cups straight around it, which sucks for a thing with wings, really. Okay, so each creature that starts its turn in the web on the enters basically has to make a dex saving throw. So, yep, it is... You see it like... And I'm going to go ahead and give it D6 points of impact damage as it smashes into the side as well, because that's a thing. Alright, so basically, yeah, it is dangling there, trying feverishly to tear its way out of your web as it is caught up, hanging loosely from the side of the tower. Kyla.
This looks like a perfect opportunity for loading some beautiful man.
Nice.
I'm gonna shoot the pinata.
All right.
Because it's a pinata now.
Why not? Kill it.
Yeah.
Shoot him, sir. Now, sir. Shoot him now, sir. In the back of the head now, sir.
I'm not gonna waste my juice on a pinata.
Right.
So, if this gets any kind of bonus for a non-moving target at this point.
Well, it's still kind of struggling and wiggling and moving. So, but I mean, it's not hard for you to hit. I think it's almost impossible even to miss it. All right, so you plug it for another 13.
And then the other shot.
Nice.
And for another 9. Okay, it's still wriggling and moving. So it's still clearly alive. Gordon's alive. Tolgar, you want to do anything?
I lean Thelonious out even further.
Okay, take it easy, Tolga. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Okay. Emlyn, are you still loitering dead? Or, as it is now, as it's now, as I mentioned, it's probably about 20 feet below you.
Okay, so I would finally start moving once I hear it like wiggling and struggling.
And you can hear it too, because it is cursing and swearing.
So I'm gonna turn around, point my two beautiful hands of clawedness at it, and Eldritch Blast it, hopefully killing it.
Okay.
Nice. Hit it.
Eldritch Blast.
One hit.
Yep, that'll hit for 9 points of magical force damage. Ooh, and 11, another 20.
So it's just like...
Okay, yes. Pretty much as soon as you do that, you blast into it. It tears through the web. You see the thing plummet, but its wings are just floating, flapping above it, and clearly loose. It's probably dead already, but the gratifying as it hits the ground, and you can kind of see a small sanguine pool begin to kind of grow out from underneath its corpse, confirms with you, yeah, this thing is quite very deceased.
I'm gonna lean over with a little bit of a concern look, like, oh, I was hoping it would set off a trap.
You know, that's a possible thing. I'll say it's a 50-50.
Yes, Satch.
That's right, because they trapped that
They put all those wards all the way around. So basically 50 or under, and it does. Over 50, and it does not.
Okay.
Come on.
5! Yes! All right. Okay, so as it hits the ground, you hear the pff, followed by a as a magical explosion, as you then see the thing kind of fly back up in the air about 3 foot, spinning. One wing goes off to the left, a leg goes off to the right, and it basically just landed on the equivalent of a magical landmine, and it is now disseminated across the courtyard.
So what are the odds of the other body parts hitting other traps?
Don't push it.
5%.
No, they wouldn't have gone far enough. Yeah, she didn't place them about 10 feet apart. They're just randomly dotted out. So
Theo,
there you
what was
go.
that noise?
What? Oh,
What's happening?
Nothing. It is gone. It is not a problem anymore.
I'm gonna look at the wall, the amber thing in front of me. Is
Okay.
it cracked at all?
No.
Or...
No, basically, if you can imagine a piece of solid amber that is a good foot thick, that is what it is. So it does little more than allow a little bit of disseminated light to seep in and out, but it is solid. It's not a glass pane window at all.
Can you lift me, please?
And I'll start helping, probably with Tolgar pulling up the...
Yeah, I'll turn back around and be like, sure.
There you go. All right, and effortlessly...
Easily pull him up.
You're actually pulling up 3 people at the same time.
With a person on your back.
And holding someone.
So it's not easy, but you are still quite capable of doing it. The combined weight of the 2 female succubi and the very, very decayed form of an Emlyn is nothing really for you. You know, you barely break a sweat. But it does require both hands. But yeah, after that, Emlyn, you are back to the top.
I'm just basically gonna lay down. all rotted and horrible looking.
I guess the window didn't break.
That's not a window. That's a wall. An actual wall.
Oh, there goes that one.
Now what?
Well, on the one hand, we could just leave, and then, due to insubordinance, we can assume that the other succubus who went down will be pissed and kill our man. But, no, I don't think that's sure enough to go.
Were you just too weak? Is that what happened?
You can try it. You'll fail.
I don't like the sound of that or the tone.
Or the timbre.
The timbre. Adventurers using their biggest words.
Well, I do have a something I could possibly do to weaken the stone so that Tolgar, once you swing and smash into it, you could find a weak point in it and possibly break through.
Explain more.
That was a pretty good explanation, but sure.
I know. What is the thing that...
I guess I'll
Explain
continue.
what is the thing that can do this?
So I have a spell that I can cast on inorganic material. You follow still? I want to make sure we'll...
Well, inorganic, no. Material, no.
Okay. I can cast something that is not alive. Cast it on something that's not alive and
make it come to life.
No.
Oh.
No. Make it weak. So that someone strong, like you, perhaps, could smash through.
Like Jello.
Like Jello.
I get it now.
Ah, good.
Because Jello is a very smashable substance. My Jello always shatters when I stick a spoon in it.
Now, we could try to formulate another sort of plan of action, but if we do decide to stick with that one, I'm just throwing in my side of the expertise of things.
Is this 100%... Okay, well, can you miss, or...
No, I cannot miss.
Are you going to try to kill me again?
What? Again? What? Did I...
You tried to hurt me earlier, I think.
What did I do? Give you a kick to the shin or something? Wasn't that it?
Tried.
That's a good question.
That's why you're in this papoose.
It's aware that he was, like, totally that thing's bitch for a while? Like...
I don't think so, right?
I mean, you're conscious of the fact that you did it.
I'm sorry, Tolgar. I'm an old man. I get moody sometimes. I just have to take it out on people. And you were right there. I apologize. I'll tip my little wizard cap.
Are you bald?
Do you forgive me? I kind of have like a back ring of hair.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
He's got the Picard.
I do, but like an unkempt Picard.
Are you
Fuzzy
still?
Picard.
Are you still in a papoose?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So you tipped your wizard hat in a papoose.
I bring the hat down and tip it.
I mean, the visual on this basically is it's a makeshift cloth papoose that is tied around Tolgar's shoulders and waist to make this pouch, and then there's an old man in a robe. The robe is probably all bunched up underneath his arms. His arms are like over the top, and Tolgar's huge bald head is like right in front of him, so he's like this.
My old emaciated legs.
He's got his spindly little legs hanging below with these boots that probably keep trying to fall off unless he curls his toes to keep them in.
What a sad image for Colombians. Such a powerful wizard reduced to this.
Outside just the visual of it is just too good not to.
But anyway, that is something I could help with if we decide to go again with that plan. If not, we could switch it up. Up to you.
I mean, maybe there's a way to open this without the key, like just fashion a fake key.
We tried that with the tail.
But we didn't.
Yeah, you tried to stuff a tail down the hole, which didn't actually work. But
We didn't find any key on any of the bodies.
But I mean, if we could get it to work, we could then open it so they would anticipate it, and then we come in through the window.
That would be interesting.
They could probably hear all of this.
Can they?
Well,
it's entirely possible that they might have seen a dark figure go on the side of their window at some point too. Like, oh, they're trying to break in. Okay, maybe they didn't. Maybe they were playing Yahtzee and not watching the windows.
I like to think that they saw it and now are underestimating us. Like, oh, these guys are right, stupid, you know. And then we do it and they're successful.
Before the door closed, are there any hinges and or like something like Tolgar could grab onto to pull or lift, or is it
so yeah, basically it's kind of like a semicircle of triangular stone. Like you can see where each step basically was, And if it was to open, what would happen is going round in a semicircle, it would be like clunk, 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 all the way down.
Sure.
But there's a little kind of triangular shaped indentation that's next to it, which you know is where she pulled the thing out of. The succubi's tails were kind of triangular points at the end, which is why somebody had the bright idea of stick a tail in there and see if it fits. But being that the tip of a succubus tail is kind of soft and manipulate-y, probably wouldn't have had the strength or the pressure to actually press any kind of mechanism down that would have had to have been in place to hold this, these stairs.
Okay, and this is all mechanical. There's no magical properties at play.
It appears to be mechanical by what happened. That doesn't mean that there isn't any magical properties at play, but when they pulled the thing out, you literally heard stone grinding on stone and clank, 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 clank that sounded like cogs working as the stairs began to kind of come up to seal.
Sure.
Dolgar, you're apparently demonic now. Why
I
don't you
am sometimes.
stick your finger down there?
Stick your finger in the hole, Tolgar.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
What could?
You think sticking my finger in that hole in the ground is going to open it because I have demon blood?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over there with Thelonious on my back, find the indent in the ground.
Okay. The indent itself is probably about yay big. Probably about 2 inches. Each side of the triangle is about 2 inches long.
Alright, I'm going to kind of squat there on the ground and take a close look at
With
it.
the lotus.
Yeah, and now he's kind of like touching the ground. Alright.
Okay. So you push your finger down into the hole. Of course, that means that there's room for it to move around and touch the sides, but you don't feel the bottom. So whatever it is obviously has to go deeper down than your finger length.
My finger isn't long enough for this.
What about a weapon hilt or something?
I know something long enough.
Yeah, fuck the hole. What could go wrong?
Oh my god.
Oh god, don't say it.
Don't make it
Sorry.
real.
Don't make it real.
Jane thought it. You just can't. Yeah, but you had to bring it into reality, didn't you?
I did. I'm so sorry. Okay.
No one.
What about a weapon hilt?
Well, wasn't the point because my blood is... Do you want me to put blood on a weapon and then
yes.
stick it down there?
That's what I was going to say, actually.
Do I have any... I probably have some cuts and bruises since I'm at like half health. That has some like blood seeping out a little, right? So I'm gonna put that on the bottom of one of my axes. Just rub a little, and then I'll try to...
On the handle of the axe?
Yeah, and I'll put the handle of the axe in the indent on the ground.
Okay. I mean, it'll probably fit into the hole. Obviously, it's not triangular, but as long as it goes inside the shape of the circle. Kind of put it down there. I mean, it goes in probably about 10 inches or so before it boom, boom, hits something fairly hard.
Push.
And nothing happens.
Okay, I'm going to use some strength here to see.
Kind of push
Easy
it.
to break.
Well, you will hear kind of some scraping sounds, and it starts to get incredibly stiff. And then it goes to a point where it won't go any further.
Okay. What if I turn it?
Okay, so you hear some cracking and some splintering sounds.
Whew. All right. Wasn't there a weapon that had a triangular bottom that we tried and didn't work?
Yes? I'm trying to remember.
I think like a scepter or something, and we tried it and it had a triangular.
I actually don't know.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember.
You tried to put a succubus's tail in there.
Oh, that's what it was, a tail.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have weapons too, but none of them really.
none of them
match.
that are particularly that shape.
Okay. Okay.
So these moon diagrams all the way around the thing, those are pillars?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure it wasn't like a puzzle.
No, they're just the stone pillars. Nothing so ominous, I'm afraid.
Oh.
You want to retrieve your axe?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you pull it out, the wooden shaft of the axe has got like cuts and grooves all the way in it, on different shapes and size, cuts and grooves at different lengths.
Okay.
So it's probably some kind of if you could try to anybody that's got an intelligence of above 10 can probably ascertain that yes, these are probably things that the proper key would push, much like a regular key. But of course, if you just jam a stick in and rake it in and out, all you're going to do is really tear up the stick.
Who can pick locks, but like a big one?
Kyla?
Why do they always bring me up? I don't do that.
The number of times you've assumed that Kyla can pick locks, and the number of times she has told you she doesn't do that.
I don't.
Kyla, come pick this lock.
You shoot things with a bow. You must be able to pick locks.
Here, give me something of extreme value so I can fashion it into a key.
You want Thelonious?
Wait, why don't we do this? We get...
Wait. Oh, I'm You're first.
You got an idea?
Yes.
Okay. I was just gonna say, why don't we take one of these wooden items we have and don't need a use for, Tolgar, you jam it in there really hard in a straight manner so that it makes those indents without it scraping too much, and then we take it out and cut into them to fashion it into a key to then twist.
Seems like it might take a while and they might kill us before.
I could use the rest, to be honest. But sure.
What if,
I didn't know you still rest.
as I'm hanging, what if I have an idea?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, what if we take one of the weapons that we are not using? I think there's one up here somewhere. I can heat it so that it becomes malleable. We put it in the lock. It forms to shape the key, and we use that to open the door.
Sounds like magic.
It's a better idea than mine, if it would work.
I'm full of good ideas. I'm Thelonious Conch.
Let's do it.
Could you heat it so it would become malleable and doable?
Absolutely. I am Thelonious Conch. Did you not hear that part?
So I'm going to pull out a small collection of daggers I've accrued over the campaign.
Yeah, all the weapons you've been collecting.
Right. Assuming you can get it to the right, as soon as you can get it hot enough, it's not a terrible idea as long as you've got an object that is actually kind of the right size. Because obviously it's got to be able to fit down in that triangular hole properly to...
Yeah. How deep did the axe go?
10 inches down.
10 inches, okay.
So it has to be longer than 10 inches, and it has to basically be about 2 inches in each direction on the side of the triangle.
So about dagger size.
I have a dagger. I'm going to hand it over. Just a regular dagger.
Wonderful.
It's a curved dagger, actually, so probably not helpful.
Yeah, I have this one that's probably not good for it. It's a little ceremonial. I got this one here. It's a little bit more straight. This one has also a little bit of curve at the end, but this one might do.
Right. We do that one. And so what I'll basically do is just use my cantrip of firebolt, just in a controlled kind of way.
Right. What I will point out is the end of the handle. It was cut, like it had indentations all the way around it. So obviously, all 3 sides of the triangle have. So the only problem with your dagger is it's probably only going to be able to handle 2 of those sides at best. Because it's thin, and...
But if we just... that'd probably just disable it for...
Why don't we take all the daggers we have, detach it from the hilts, and put it all together to make it thicker?
just melt it down on the inside, and then maybe push it down with the straightest, slimmest one, and let it form around it into a bit of
a metal popsicle.
kind of keyblade. How absurd!
I mean, we don't need these daggers, right?
No.
Probably not. Sucky berries.
I mean, I'd like to keep maybe one of them for the opportunity I might use it.
Where's a dwarven blacksmith when you need one?
In a different party over there,
Right.
fighting the Tarrasque. Or coincidentally, they could.
Yeah, he'll be like, well, we'll come solve the lock if you want to switch out. If you want to take on the Tarrasque, we'll worry about the lock.
Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. So
Yeah, it's kind of what we got.
Okay, so what do you want to do with this dagger? What's the game plan? How are you going to make something that's going to fit this lock hole?
we're gonna use multiple daggers and melt them into kind of more of a just a malleable metal mass,
Okay.
and use that to go down, form around the key, and then put I'm sure a hilt of a weapon or something along those lines to have it form around that, and then use that as leverage to turn the lock.
Okay, so, and you're just going to pretty much just blast the metal over and
Yeah.
over and over until it gets glowing red hot.
Yeah, like a controlled kind of flaming,
Yeah.
you know. I can
Um,
manipulate fire with my hands, so instead of it being
do you have a
blast-
method that you're going to use to beat this thing into a solid shape, or what's your game plan?
I've told
Yeah.
guys
What's he going to use? He's got the strength to do it, for sure.
we don't quite have a hammer.
Have a sword and an axe.
Swords are not the best things for hammering stuff, generally.
Do we have anything that can be a hammer substitute?
Probably the butt of Tolgar's axe.
Yeah,
Turn the
that's-
axe the wrong way, you know.
Oh, just like bash it? Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably do it.
Oh,
If we're lucky, they'll just come up here to complain about the noise.
Right,
I dig
okay.
it.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is one of those things that you will successfully eventually get something that is approximately the right weight, size, and diameter to stuff down the hole. It's going to take a while, though. I mean, it's going to take a lot of heating and hammering and reheating and hammering just to come up with something. So what we're going to do is, as soon as it's Tolgar is going to be doing the hammering, Tolgar is going to give me, let's see, that's really going to be, yeah, Tolgar, you go ahead and give me a strength check on beating this thing.
All right, here we go.
Can you do it angrily?
Enraged.
Enrage
No,
beating.
I will not.
The rage smith.
Okay, all right. And we're going to say, this is how long it is going to take
This
you.
sword's not sharp.
Oh.
Oh man, what a horrible life.
All right. Basically, it's a 2-hour ordeal between blasting and hammering, blasting and hammering, blasting and hammering, until you have a piece of mangled, misshapen metal that probably will fit more or less snugly into the hole, give or take.
Okay, perfect.
Of course, there's a lot of noise, a lot of bashing and stuff like that going on.
It's like the Monty Python thing with the rabbit building just outside, and they're just like, what are they?
But nothing comes up out of the hole. Nothing interferes with you. Nothing seems to care that you're up there beating 9 bells of hell out of a few daggers.
Yay!
So then the next game is to basically superheat it again and stuff it in the hole and let it cool. Is that the game plan?
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So it melds around the shape, and then we can twist it. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna research these succubi while I'm at it just to make sure
Okay.
that I didn't miss anything.
So do you guys realize how a key works?
No.
Just like this.
Like this.
You do realize that the key, if there's a pokey out bit, the key has to actually push the pokey out bit in, right? Not fit around it. Otherwise, it basically just fills in the gaps of the lock already in place. So you need it in reverse of that, basically.
Well, I have
To get it to work.
an interesting idea.
What
with
it
that.
will do is it will make a beautiful mold to potentially make a key.
So it didn't work?
It won't work, no. It'll go, I mean, you'll get it in there, you'll do it, but unfortunately, all it's doing is just sitting there in the, with the kind of notches and lugs and stuff still in place. So it's like it kind of pushed him out to the side, but it needs to actually be able to, some parts
so
are going to be
let me-
longer and shorter
let me
and stuff to
ask you
actually
this.
push these things in.
How would it fit in the hole if there's the other?
So,
Oh, I mean, you would have jammed it in, and some basically, but some of them are supposed to be pushed back, and some of them are supposed to be pushed in. That's the whole point of a lock tumble
about keys.
Yeah.
okay. I know. Okay, how about this then? What if I use that metal that's now in there to be the tinder of the shatter fire that I'm going to cast on this lock to try to break it open? How's that?
So you want to try to shadow the lock?
Yeah, I want to break the lock open. Now that I have that piece in there, which was my plan all along, by the way.
Right. Okay. Pop me the shatter spell that you're thinking of.
Absolutely, I will.
I mean, we'll all want to be not near it when that's happening, I'm sure, but
Okay, shrapnel goes everywhere.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm on 1 health, so I'm backing up. Yeah.
Oh, you might not be fine.
Are you still papoosed, or you got him out of this papoose?
I think it's funnier if I'm still papoose, so I'm still in there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless Tolgar can make the decision to put me down, but I'm not trying to. I'm kind of digging this.
All
I
right.
get to not have to worry about standing upright, and I can just focus on my magics.
You're really doing that spell?
I think because
What?
well, if you're shattering something that's not, I mean, at this point the metal's almost flaccid, right?
Well, it's just a non-organic material. I mean, it does pretty. Isn't that like the spell's called Shatter?
Yeah.
No.
So basically, you're shattering the rod that you've got in there, right?
And I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to have it like shatter and expand and break the lock.
But you're there. You do realize you and Togar are...
It has a 60-foot range.
But
I'm
you guys
sure
are
he
standing
plans to.
right
I
there.
think he probably plans to move before he actually
I'm gonna move
casts
before
the
I
spell.
do it. I'm not casting it. I don't want it to see the spell first.
What, you think we're idiots?
Well,
Yeah, what do you think, you're idiots? Huh?
We don't know how a key
That's what I
works.
was trying to
Move,
make
Togar,
We
move!
don't know we don't know how a key works. I don't expect you to know how shatter works.
It's called Shatter.
Right. Yeah. Basically, he's going to be shattering the 10-foot radius area in and around the lock. That's what he's going to be doing, like the stone
Yeah.
and all that sort of
I
stuff.
am all for this plan. You go, man.
You're lucky I don't have my magic missile necklace anymore, because it would have been thrown at the lock.
Not like the individual missiles, the actual necklace.
Yeah, the whole necklace.
Right.
I'm tired of this lock. I want to get it open. I'm done with this.
All right. So, yeah, where are you going to move to, Tolgar?
Tolgar, please move us out of the blast zone.
Move us off of ground zero, Tolgar.
All right, I am moving to the bottom.
All right, yep, I'll be with him.
Okay. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
All right.
And I cast Shatter on that and bust the lock open.
Excuse me.
Oh, I thought
Sneezing.
he was laughing.
All right. So here's the thing, right? This isn't really about how much damage you're going to do to this thing. This is honestly just pure stupid luck. So you're going to do 3d8 damage. If all of the d8s are 4 or higher, I'm going to say it works. The odds of this working are incredibly slim, but if you can get all 3 d8s are 4 or higher, now that means that if they're a 1, 2, or a 3, it fails. So you've got slightly higher odds on each dice roll. Because
Okay, should I roll them all at once or should I go one at a time?
that's up to you.
Glad we're
All
rolling
at once.
screens instead of friggin' Eldar.
So, because this really is going to be blind, stupid luck.
I thought it was a good idea, but all right, here we go.
Well, it's you're shattering the stone in around a 10-foot area and hoping the lock's going to break in the right way.
Thelonious Conch.
Almost.
I'm done. Wake me up when it's open.
Okay, so yeah, you blast it. You see some bits of stone and stuff fly up. There's the rod itself splinters and breaks a little bit, but it's not going to open.
So
not that
mad.
easily.
I'm gonna go up to what's left of the ground there and start trying to chip away at it. Like, I'm assuming there's like bits of it, right? Can any of it be pulled away?
Pulled away, not really, but I mean it's stone. So, and now you actually have got a kind of a part of it busted. So, I mean, with plenty of impact, you could probably smash and smash and smash to get the lock out, or to break the lock mechanism. Whether that's going to open it or not, I don't know. And probably neither do you at this point. So
I'm just gonna lift a rock and see what happens. What's underneath?
I mean, we came so far, we might as well just do it, right? I mean,
just do it.
let's just do it. Let's break the rest of this lock. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so you want to pretty much just dismantle this thing. Just smash and smash and smash until there's nothing but a small 10-inch hole in the ground, in the rooftop of this thing, to where eventually you can see all the mechanisms and stuff. Okay. Have at it.
Like Minecraft our way through a redstone puzzle.
Right.
Is that what we just did?
But you don't have the right tools. You don't have you need diamond tools. You see. But okay. What you do ascertain is, yes, you can. Once you've got it down there, you can see all the tumblers, and you can see obviously, there are 3 pins on each side. So it is just really now a case of pushing and, manipulating and pushing pins in or out or whatever until eventually you are held the right pins in the right place. So, in theory, you can manipulate and pull this off.
We do it.
All right. I'm going to roll another d4.
Watch it be magical.
Another out. Okay, so combined total between playing with molten rods, blasting, cracking, hammering, beating, 3 hours later. Eventually, as you kind of are pressing and putting, you hear a... Don't move! Keep your fingers right there! Everyone put me where you actually are at this point. Considering that the mechanism is like right here.
Jumped out the window.
I'm going wherever you're going, Tolgar.
Where we?
Well, somebody's got to be over here bashing the lock, right? So,
probably me.
and holding the lock buttons in place.
I was probably doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I'm
want.
probably like holding my bow up, ready to shoot anything that comes out of the hole.
All right. Okay. Well, as Tolgar just sits there holding with a weird arrangement of fingers this thing in place, you do indeed hear the stairwell begin to drop.
All right, we're in.
Yep.
Hours later.
Of course, this is 3 hours later, and the stairwell is complete. Tolgar is right here in the hole. holding the thing in place with his fingers. Yeah. And you were all staring at the stairwell. Nothing has thus far come out of the stairwell to greet you, however.
You should go first. So when you release, we're all just gonna run after you.
Well, I'd like to not risk getting stuck. You know, like kind of like pace around and see if I can get a vantage. Like it's like a spiral stair, right?
Yeah. It doesn't look like you'd have a lot of time between with the amount of gap there is going down. It doesn't look like there'd be an awful lot of time between once it was released to how quickly that gap would disappear.
Okay. Does anyone have any duct tape?
Yes, it's over here. It's called rope, and it's tied around these lovely ladies here. Ah!
I mean, we can see what tumblers he put in, right? What Tolgar is.
Yeah, I mean, but it is very stiff. He's actually, he's actually having to like press hard to keep him in place.
Is there rubble around here that
okay,
like lodge parts in?
So this is gonna suck on my part, but I'm gonna do it for the team. I'm casting telekinesis.
Okay.
And I am going to use telekinesis to hold those pins in place while we descend, basically. So I ascertain which ones. I cast a spell, and I tell Tolgar to relinquish his hold and start going down.
Right, so basically you're just going to stand looking at it and hold it in place with the telekinesis spell. Everyone else is going down, and then you're going to break the spell and run?
As far down as I can while still holding it, and then let go and run.
Basically. Okay. All right. So yeah, the stairwell is wide enough for 2 people to go side by side at most.
All right. I'll go first.
You can hear
a
very faint humming sound and crackling sound down there. Like a... And periodically you hear like...
Oh. Sounds like a...
Sounds very similar to what happened when things got thrown into the barrier.
Oh my god. So another barrier that's the same as... if we look down, do we see any light source coming?
There is like a bluish glow emanating from below.
Okay.
That seems to kind of flicker and move. But being that it's a spiral stairwell going down, you can't really see all the way to the bottom.
I'm going to head down there. Is Thelonious still on my back?
He is.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to edge down the stairwell. Okay. Kyla?
With my sword out.
Yeah, I'm going to follow right behind.
Okay, so you're going to be directly behind. And then Emlyn, once there, how far are you going to let them go down before you're going to...
I'm going to try to keep them in sight of the spiral, so I'm not, like, too far away.
So as soon as they kind of go out of view at the bottom of the spiral, you're going to do it, yeah?
Yeah.
It doesn't say that it needs to be in your sight.
True. I mean, I can maintain...
let's see.
You can exert fine control on objects with your telekinetic grip.
Let's see. Hang on.
So now, yeah, like if he's aware of it, you can probably hold it.
30 feet. So.
Well, you can move it up to 30 feet in any direction.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to matter. You're going to have time anyway. So. I mean, she pulled the key out and ran down the stairs.
Right.
So, you know you've at least got time as long as you don't dawdle.
Which I'm not.
Yeah. All right. So, basically, they're disappearing down. Once they go round the corner of the spiral, you're going to relinquish it and bolt down behind them.
Pretty much.
Alrighty. Okay. So, all of you will get down. You're still papoosed. That's a pretty good spot for us to take a quick break, really. So that is what we're going to do. So yeah, we're going to take a short break before we find out what happens once they get down there. And as usual, we will stagger the breaks so that you guys can ask some questions and we don't leave you just hanging. So myself, Snugs, And Jane, and then... Oh, and before I do that, let's go ahead and move you down a peg or two, and then let you enjoy what you're about to see.
80 demons just all lined up because we had 3 hours to kill, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well,
All right, okay.
Oh.
So let's put you guys as you're coming down the stairs. I'm going to go ahead and position everything first, and then things are going to be happening the second you kind of appear.
Ooh.
And there you are on the circle. Okay. So as soon as Tolgar rears round the corner, you hear a voice, a male voice, say, "Do it now! Do it now!" And then you hear arcane words. I will allow Thelonious Conch a Arcana. You can't see the spell being cast, but you hear the words. So I will let you have a Knowledge Arcana to see if you can discern what spell's being cast.
Oh.
Okay, yes, you recognize that spell. It's probably, it is a haste spell that was just cast. You can see rushing to the stairwell 2 scruffy-looking men. One of them is just typically humanoid. He's got a big woodsman's axe, scruffy pants, and he's running straight at you. The person next to him, who is holding what appears to be like a massive, oversized meat cleaver, he's got a somewhat disfigured face, looks like he was burnt. Very Igor looking. Here, we'll pop him up. Poof, there he is. That dude and that dude are who's charging at you. So they're coming straight in your direction. The room itself, at a quick glance to the left of you, immediately to the left, is a huge, big, 10-foot tall, oversized stone statue with no real definition to its face, but it's kind of like a big, muscly humanoid, which is clutching a huge black scimitar. It's moving, incidentally, as well. It's turning. And not like a stone statue pivoting in place, but like an animated statue that's actually twisting its upper torso. Across from it is another one of these things. You can see to your immediate left 5 stone pillars with glowing orbs on the top that are crackling blue energy into the center, where a strange arcane circle and sigil is marked. And it appears like they are pulsing the energy into this thing. To the right, you can see what appears to be the backs of a couple of curved bookshelves, a couple of beds, a small, very kind of loose living area. That's kind of the description of the room. There are a couple of weird objects, however. Over here, there is a small plinth with a circular mirror which is glowing, pointing towards the pulsing pillars, and it has got a glowing blue reflection coming off of it. Here are your big, thick amber windows. Okay. So Tolgar and Thelonious, this is what you'll see. So after you heard the do it now, you heard a haste spell get cast. Okay, you see, and this is incredibly fast, because he's basically hasted, so he's suddenly like, it speeds up. He grabs this bottle off the top, and chugs the bottle down. That's the first thing he does. Then, that's pretty much a free action for him, because with haste, he gets to do one complete action without using anything. And he was obviously the recipient of the haste spell. He then dives over to here, leaps towards the sigil in the center, As he does so, you see him kind of get engulfed in blue. He then casts a spell, which I'll let you have another arcane knowledge to see if you recognize this one.
Okay. Come on.
Whew.
Okay, you probably don't actually know the spell, but it is definitely something to do with, like, what the hell happened there? Yeah. Oh, I see what I did. It is definitely something from the kind of negative necromantic plane. Whatever it is probably not designed to do something nice to living people. And so basically, he uses free action to drink the potion, he uses move to get there, and then he uses his action to cast that spell. As that spell finalizes and casts, he goes and disappears out of view, like he just got teleported somewhere. So that all kind of happened in literally 6 seconds. Like, you get to the bottom of the stairs, this is all going on as you rear the corner. Like, the second they knew you're coming down, they dived into action, they put a plan together. Now, as you rear the corner, you see these two guys. You'll see him kind of disappear into the blue ether from the center of this arc. And these two dudes are charging straight towards you. What do you want to do, Tolgar? In fact, you know what? Let's probably get all of you to go ahead and roll initiatives now and get it out of the way. Because I have a feeling they're going to be needed.
Oh, boy.
Are we just gonna start a conversation?
Ouch!
Yeah, this is ugly.
That's not a great round for you guys. All right,
No.
Tolgar with the top of a 17. Kyla pulling a 14. And Theo and Emlyn on a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am going to roll these initiatives a little bit separately. The first initiative I'm going to roll for this group of 2 thugs. And they're going there. Now I'm going to roll for the 2 statues.
Say what now?
They're going... And then I'm going to roll for your little horned friend. And she is going... Okay. All right. May the mayhem begin. Let me go ahead and swap out some noise. Okay. So her action is going to be to disappear behind the bookshelf. That's what she's doing. She gets to go first. Okay, Tolgar, you are first up.
All right.
She went
So
first,
coming-
but she didn't do anything except dive behind the bookshelf, so you can't see her.
Okay. Coming down these stairs, are there pillars holding these up, or are we just in plain sight?
It's kind of like, if you can imagine like a semicircular stone pillar, and it kind of comes down inside the pillar. So it's
Okay,
not, there's
and there's
like,
two
it's almost
thugs
like a
running
solid, yeah, the back side of this is kind of solid.
Okay. I'm just gonna say to Thelonious and the group, what's the plan? And I'm gonna hold my sword up, kind of bracing my
Kill.
stance
Kill.
for these guys to...
Okay, so you're going to try to hold the entryway into the stairwell.
Yeah, and I'll rage once I see that they're in range and about to attack me.
Okay.
And I will attack them once they
Okay, the statues are going next. They don't attack anything. In fact, what happens is this statue grabs hold of the blue mirror and turns it around. Oh, we're not going to move the actual window. That was wasn't the plan. And then this dude is going to do the same. Alright, so literally you just see them go and turn the mirrors around. Okay, when that happens, they start being bathed in a blue light, and suddenly they are bathed in a purple light. And all the lightning from the glowing balls on the top of the pillars change to purple, and the lightning coming off of them changes to purple, and it hits the circle, and that changes to purple. So imagine all of this up here now is purple and not blue. I didn't have time to do purple for everything as well, so you're just going to have to accept that.
Well, how am I supposed to think it's purple?
So there you go. All right, that is what they're doing. Kyla, you are at an advantage up the stairs. Even though you're kind of at an angle, you can lean around and see over the top of Tolgar and Thelonious if you wanted to take a shot at anything.
Yes, I'm going to take a shoot at the one, and then the other, and then the one.
Yeah, you can see anything pretty much from there. You can see anything in this kind of field of vision here.
Yeah, I'm thinking the two pasty boys in front of me.
Pasty boys! All right. Okay.
Because I don't quite like them, and well, they haven't moved yet, so I'm gonna give them a belt of the old Kyla-ing. They don't look terribly demonic.
Yeah, you're ahead of them on the initiative.
Yeah, so they're gonna feel really bad about that in a second. Hopefully. So this was a bit of an advantage. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm gonna apply my sneak attack damage to that.
All right, that hits him.
I can do that once per round, so I'm going to do that.
Nice.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna shoot the one next to him with Horde Breaker, which also gets the advantage. And my whole first round is with advantage, basically. So that's on the other guy. So I'm basically doing the one on the left, the one on the right, the one on the left.
All right, so you hit the first one for 28 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first arrow hits him, digs deep into his shoulder as he winces in agony and pain. The second arrow hits the second one. Hits Igor as it kind of glances off of his ribs. Not a clean shot, but you can definitely see a line of blood drawn. That's 2.
And then the last attack is on that first guy again.
Okay.
And that will be my...
All right, tell us how you kill him.
So yeah, the first one hit him in the shoulder. The second one hits the guy in the wrist, and I'm just like, oh, come on, I'm better than this. And then I just plug him in the head.
All right, so the arrow flies through the air, hits the guy square between the eyes. That one is dead as he slumps to the ground. Nice. All right, it is their turn next. This one is going to basically man up to Tolgar. You had a held action, Tolgar, so if you wish to act, you can.
I will, as soon as he comes towards me, swinging my sword at him and raging up as I do that. Oh, raging up right before this sword swing. But yes, twice.
Alright, how you want to kill this dude?
Oh, I don't even need to swing twice?
Actually, no, I was looking at the... roll the second one. As long as you hit, then you're going to kill him.
Oh, don't say that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
How you want to kill him?
Okay, yeah. Well,
these are nothing but basically these were like manservants.
I kind of just swung right at his belly, so I imagine his gut kind of opens up and his intestines just fall out, and he just looks at me and just falls over.
Holds his hands and catches his own intestines in his hands, and he glances down, looks up at you, and then slumps to the floor. Okay.
So they are both dead at this point. All right. Let's see. Thelonious, you are able to do something because you're
Yeah. So,
you're riding a Tolgar into battle.
so since everything turned purple, and there's a purple mirror here, with my knowledge of
The
magic-
mirror. Technically, you guys can't see the mirror because it's the back of the stairwell, but you can see the glow coming off of it. Well, no, you probably can because you're at the bottom of the stairs with Tolgar. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
you
down
could
there.
you could lean round from your
Can I-
caboose and look.
Can I kind of see that? Can I tell that the source of what is going on there is emanating from this mirror?
It's pretty clear that the mirror has something to do with changing the dynamics of the circle. What
Okay.
you do notice, however, is at the back of the mirror, on this one, is a strange little carving. I think I can probably pop it up for you to see closer.
Okay.
Zoom P.
Oh, hang on. I'm moving all the things that I don't want to move. There we go. Can you see that?
No.
It's not very big. Oh, hang on. I've got to do it. That was for chat.
Well, there you go, chat. That's what it looks like. Enjoy.
I've got to remember what it is. I have to hold
Feast your
down.
eyes.
Sure, it's on that bad boy.
Feast your eyes on that, chat.
Well, you can zoom in anyway, can't you? So zoom in on it and look.
Imagine it's purple. Zoom into stuff. God, it looks like the bust of the tick.
Well, what it actually is, it's like if you can imagine a small golden statue of a little demonic imp holding his arms out like that.
I hate him.
There
Okay.
is what looks like a human heart in his hands.
Okay.
So it would appear. Give me a knowledge arcana check.
Sure. Ooh.
Okay, 19. Yeah, the heart is obviously a component in whatever this particular magical phylactery is. And no doubt the heart is probably some kind of fuel for this thing.
Okay.
Which is now starting to make some sense to you why these bastards were demanding hearts, why they were demanding sacrifices and taking the hearts only.
Ooh.
Okay, damn it, I wish I could cast 2 spells. 2 cantrips, because I want to pull an Indiana Jones move here, but that's okay. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to basically cast it forward and pick the heart up off the thing and throw it off of the
Okay.
2 hands.
So that's what you're going to do. Mage hand the heart out of it and hurl the hearts to the side.
Yep.
All right. It doesn't weigh more than a mage hand can pick up, so that will work. Yep. Mage hand picks it up, and it goes and squishes against the wall on the side. Okay, you've done that. Incidentally, the purple glow does not go away.
Well, that was my next question.
But the heart is definitely no longer in the little phylactery.
Okay.
But just, in case you was expecting the glow to suddenly disappear, it doesn't, but the heart is not there. So your intention to remove the heart from the thing was successful for sure.
Okay.
Okay, anything else you can do or want to do?
I don't think there's.
You can't really
anything else.
move because
Yeah.
your movement is dependent on Tolgar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could.
Right? You could.
What's that?
So you get a cantrip and a spell, right? Or is it?
I don't know. That's.
Well, what did you cast? You can, yeah. What did
What
you
happened-
cast? You cast.
I cast Mage
Mage
Hand.
Hand. So populate Mage Hand.
Sure. But it's still a full action though.
It is, but you can. Basically, you can cast if you have the action dynamics. You can cast a single spell and a cantrip.
And I have that, yeah.
So as long as the cantrip that you cast depends on the duration of the cantrip, but in theory, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's just a mage hand, so I'm just gonna pick the heart off and then the spell.
Yeah, so you got one action for your mage hand. What I'm saying is, if you use if you want to, that's technically a spell. If you have another spell that you want to, because that's your cantrip.
Okay.
So if you have a spell that you can cast that doesn't require taking up an entire action or whatever, you can cast that too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it'd have to be a bonus action spell, right?
Doesn't have to be.
Or does it not matter?
Or like instantaneous.
It has to be bonus. An instantaneous spell would work. It just it can't take a full round. Can't take a whole action.
Then I'm gonna use Shatter again on a mirror because that's what I want to do to it. Is shatter it. And I'm gonna cast it at third level.
Ooh, at which mirror?
The purple one.
Okay.
Because I don't like the purple colors changing at all. So there's the cast of it.
Ooh, okay.
Yikes. But I get another D8 there as well. Because that's
because you're upping the. Yep. So roll a further D8.
Oh,
that was a little better.
Almost doubled the damage with one die out of 4.
Yeah, right. And this
MC, thanks for the reset, buddy. Good to see you, man. Take your pants off, hit your height.
Yeah, this mirror has disadvantage on its saving throw.
Yeah, don't forget that part.
Right, okay, so we got a total of 7 plus 13 points of damage on the mirror. Alrighty. Hardest the mirror is... Okay, so the mirror, as you blast it, you can't shatter. The framework of the mirror kind of buckles and twists, so it's no longer kind of quite so neatly poised up. And you definitely heard what sounded like some cracking. There is still a purple glow coming off of it, although the glowing is kind of slightly refracted now. It's not as bulbous and kind of clean as it was before. It's kind of slightly broken.
Okay.
Alrighty. Emlyn, you can't act because you can't see. Well, you can act, but you just can't see anything.
Yes, I am going to be purely informative. I am casting Ghostly Gaze, or I'm activating my Ghostly Gaze.
Okay.
So I could peer through the stairwell wall.
Yep.
And basically see what the queen bee behind the bookshelf is doing.
Alright, she is preparing to cast a spell.
Okay, so I'm going to immediately say, we need to clear this. Another spell's being cast behind a bookshelf, right to your right, Tolgar.
Clear what?
Our area. She's casting another spell on us.
Okay.
Okay, at the start of... So the next round, she's on the end of the initiative. So she is going to use her move to lean out and hurl a spell at Tolgar. And it will hit everybody in a... Let me check the radius on that. 1 second.
Am I able to counter spell?
You may be able to, yes.
Okay.
1 second.
I would like to try.
Because she will be leaning out to cast it, therefore you will see it.
Yeah, and especially if Emlyn says there's someone back there, I would have turned and looked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The fact that you're aware that it's a thing that might be coming is perfectly viable. All right, and where is it? Okay. I'll just make sure. I want to double check the radius. So it's that plus 2. Okay, so basically it's actually going to... Technically, it will affect Tolgar, and it will affect Thelonious, unless you successfully stop the spell.
Okay.
You're basically trying to counterspell a 4th level spell.
Yep. There it is.
So basically, DC is 10 plus the spell level. So you need a 14 or higher. Now, of course, bearing in mind it's burning a level 3 spell to do it. So.
Oh yeah, I got it. And what was the? I'm sorry. What was the roll?
It's 10 plus the spell level, so it'd be DC 14.
And I just roll straight D20.
Plus your ability checks, which is
whatever. So intelligence is used. So it's D20 plus your intelligence bonus.
Which I think is 3. Yes. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
No, it was on the 15.
So close. Okay, last time you did great against her. You countered 2 of her spells upstairs.
Oh, this is her. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this time she managed to get 1 off.
Okay.
All right. With that being said, I need a wisdom saving throw from Tolgar, and I need a wisdom saving throw from Thelonious. The DC is going to be 18.
18?
Ooh.
The
Why do you have inspiration?
What is my wisdom save?
My wisdom's. Oh, I have a 1 to it? Okay. Well, it's a little easier. Okay, yeah. That's about right.
3 to my word.
It took me like 100 rolls to do it last time, so.
Oh, was that your roll?
Oh, that was my roll. 6
Oh,
plus
okay.
1.
It didn't pop up anybody's name. Okay, so Thelonious
I'm sorry, I
failed.
didn't have to
Okay.
click on myself.
What about Tolgar?
Sorry, I'm deciding if I want to use my inspiration or not yet. I will.
Do a 5 more. Just flip a coin.
I will not.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw. 15. Nope. Okay. So Tolgar and Thelonious are both. You see them like go.
No!
And they don't turn to stone, but they are both rigor mortarized. They appear to be paralyzed.
Yikes.
Okay, with that, this statue walks right over, lines up, and is going to belt Tolgar with all of its might. And it has advantage.
Yeah. Oh, this is so bad.
And I'm just gonna do cheesy rolls because I don't want to do the macro. Well, that won't miss, so this is the second roll.
God. He's gotta like kill himself, right?
Yeah, he absolutely does.
No, he
Yes.
hits Theo instead. No. Okay, yep. So what happens is he rears back.
Into the ceiling.
And now he's trying to pull the damn sword out from the ceiling. How you got away with that one is unbelievable. That is so lucky. Oh my god. Okay, the other one is moving over here to get to the base of the stairwell.
Oh, that's not a winning fight.
So now they basically have you pinned in at the stairwell, the 2 of them. And he is basically doing the exact same thing.
Man, he can move pretty far. Little big heavy guy.
It is, let's see. And I believe from there to there is, hang on, where was he? He was right here, wasn't he? And then how far from here to here? Yep, you're within his 10-foot range. Okay, yep, he can just about reach you from there. And he will try. First roll. That's a hit. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not enraged yet, are you?
I am.
She was.
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
yeah, she enraged.
When did she enrage?
Right
Before the 2
I-
goons got to her.
Yeah.
Okay, and you did hit one of the goons in the last turn, so you technically... Well... No, you are still enraged. This turn, you are. Because enrage will cancel should you fail to attack something in a round.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, that's the conditions of... If you look at enrage, one of the conditions of enrage is if you do not make an attack in a round, your rage automatically ends.
Okay.
So if you don't attack next round, you are not raged. But you did hit... you did hit last round, so you are still currently enraged.
Right.
So you will only take half of this, so you'll take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then it would be Kyla. Kyla, you are not currently immobilized in any way, shape, or form, so you get to act.
Wow, I was muted that whole time. Okay, so essentially drawing an arrow to dip in the little bone juice there. I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike and friggin' dive right on through and try and take a shot
Okay.
at the lady behind the bookshelf.
I will allow that because the simple fact of the matter is Emlyn told you she was there.
So, you're good.
So you couldn't see her, but you would know that she was there because of Emlyn. So that would be totally viable.
So yep, I'm gonna. Oh, I grabbed Thelonious instead of myself. So yeah, I'm just gonna shoot right from there.
Okay, so you Zephyr Strike over to there and let loose.
Let loose. So this has the dip, and this is also the charged shot with the force damage,
All right.
Ooh.
and it gets advantage because of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Means I can also apply sneak attack damage.
Yes, you can.
Yes, just so that's all out there.
Go ahead. Do your Arya Stark moment.
Please. Be a crit.
Spoilers.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay.
At 21, that's a good solid blow.
Okay, so then it also gets the.
So you get 12 points of damage to her from the actual arrow.
And then plus the 1d8 from. I think it's a d8 from force damage.
Yep, this is D8.
And then another. What is it? A d8 from the dip.
That doesn't apply because she is not a demon.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
So no bonus damage at all from that. Okay.
So you won't get the plus one. You won't. That's the only thing you won't get though.
And then
But you'll get everything else.
this is on top of that.
Nice.
And was that including? Yep. So that's with the D8.
Yep.
Nice. So that's a 28-point plug with the arrow. Okay.
And then seeing her not go down at that point, maybe I might take another shot
All right.
to try and get her attention.
The good news is she will have to make a concentration check to maintain that spell.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, so that's the other shot.
Another 14. Damn, nice.
That's awesome.
That was kind of the goal, was to
Famous
42.
Kyla.
the others can do something. 'Cause-
Okay, bonus. All right.
Oh, good
The
damage.
thugs are dead. It would be Thelonious, but he can't act. And then Emlyn. Does Emlyn want to do anything?
Yes. So, is it possible to just gauge how heavy these creatures are? I mean, because
They're 10 foot tall and made of what looks like solid stone. Give me an intelligence check. Make an
Okay.
estimate.
That sounds heavy.
Yeah, I'm
150, 160 pounds?
Yeah.
12.
Probably somewhere between 1,500 and 3,000 pounds.
Okay, so I'm gonna blast them because I still have telekinesis, but that's clearly not gonna work.
And because Kyla is out of the way, you actually can move down the stairs enough with a move action to be able to get a line of sight.
Which I do. So I still have telekinesis concentrated on, but I am Eldritch blasting twice on the one that's like right in front of me, like line of sight.
Alrighty. You will hit it twice. For 29 points of force damage.
Togar.
What is the duration on your telekinesis?
Up to 10 minutes.
Okay, then you're still good.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, start of the next turn. She has got to make a concentration check. So that's a thing. 1 second.
Fail.
Please fail.
She's got some good damage.
A lot of damage.
And her bonus is... Okay, so DC is 10 or half. So her... You did 42. So that's a 21. 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher. So she has got a 21. She got a pass. Ooh, that's not bad.
Okay.
Alright, Constitution saving throw. Odds are in your favor.
That's good.
Odds are very in your favor. Oh, and she gets to add that, so that. Okay. 18! She failed. That means the spell that was holding you two in place does not affect you now. So that went really well. That was a bonus for you guys. Okay, so that spell drops on her action. She is going to cast
Again.
Same thing.
No, she is not going to cast the same thing.
Oh, she mad at Kyla. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Kyla.
No.
A big glowing ball of lightning is coming in your direction.
Oh, I'm gonna use my uncanny dodge. Uncanny dodge.
Yeah, there you go.
The old electric slide.
All right,
right
well,
out
first
there.
of all, you do get a DC 18 Dex save to avoid, which will have your damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. Here we go.
I could just imagine Kyla going like,
Yeah, you pissed her off.
"Flee for your
Nice.
life."
Okay, so you're already
Very
taking
well.
half of this.
And then, yeah, my uncanny dodge means I can take half of that, I think.
Pop it up and look. So you would take 17,
And then,
unless your uncanny dodge does exactly what you say it does, in which case you'll take half of
starting at
that.
his level and an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half that attack's damage against you.
There you go. So take half of 17 rounded down.
17 rounded.
Three.
That sounds
8.
like
3.
nice.
3?
I was trying to
A
help out
measly
my buddy.
8 points from a 34-point lightning bolt.
Trying to help my buddy out, you know.
Okay. And then her move action, she is going to kind of use it to duck back into the curve of the bookshelf,
Ooh, that sneaky woman.
just to make sure she's not easily plucked off. Tolgar, you get to move. Suddenly you feel the
Yay.
strange magical shackles disperse from your muscular physique.
And I know one of the statues is like 10 feet away. Is the other one also 10 feet away?
No, the other one is breathing down your neck.
Oh, well, I need to attack that one then.
And has an axe stuck in the roof.
I mean, you've only got to take a step forward and you can hit either one, so
Oh, wait, what's the one that took damage from the blast?
this one.
Yeah, I turned to that one. And I'm still enraged, so...
Yes, you are. As long as you don't miss.
I
No,
am
you took
attacking that
damage
one
anyway, so you're
twice.
still enraged. Alright, let him have it. 2 hits.
Yes.
18 and 17. 35 points of damage to that one on top of that. Okay. Okay, 2 solid, mighty blows send a few kind of surface cracks through its left leg and kind of across its right breastplate. That's your physical action. You want to do anything else? You want to move?
They'll get an attack of opportunity if I move, so...
Yep.
No thanks.
Okay. Fair enough. Then it is their turn. And they are both going to swing at Tolgar. This must be really fun for you, Thelonious, to be basically on the back of a thing that's being belted by giant
That's what my life
scimitars.
is like, Thelonious. What do you think?
I think someone mentioned it, but I feel like I'm C-3PO on the back of Chewbacca at this point.
All right, the first one swings its mighty obsidian scimitar and will miss.
Look at these rolls, Tolgar.
And then the second one is going to do the same, and
Unbelievable!
apparently they made these stone statues to look very intimidating, but they don't do much. They're pretty useless. All right, Kyla, you are up.
Yeah, there's one thing that logically Kyla can do in this situation. Yeah,
Read a book.
yeah, read a book. I'm gonna make just enough of a line of sight to plug her again.
Damn.
As much as I'd love for her to get eaten by Emlyn, I'm gonna have to make some do here. So yeah, just get a weapon. Bring up the weapons. Here's first shot.
It's okay, I'll just scratch Tolgar for health.
Sure.
Tolgar.
Oh!
Okay.
That's not
Yeah, that's not a hit.
One more shot, you could do it.
Colonius.
Oh! Apparently my terrible luck has gone over to you now. As
Wow,
both
okay.
those arrows fail to hit her.
So I guess in the pattern, then Snugs, you're probably next. Yeah, I guess.
Thelonious, you are next, yes.
Don't say that, because, all right, you know what? I don't like when people use magic on me. Don't appreciate that. So I'm going to look over to the bookshelf where I keep seeing her pop in and out from, and I'm throwing a fireball over her.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Again, and I'll cast it.
I mean, obviously it's going to hit the bookshelf, so...
That's fine. A bookshelf isn't going to stop it from hitting her. I
Oh,
assume.
no, not at all.
It's kindling for more fire for her.
We're just gonna go...
Sucks.
What's the radius on your fireball?
Infinity. It's
Please, not infinity.
20 feet.
Oh, we're all dead.
Oh, we're that close?
Yeah?
I didn't realize. I'm sorry. I did not realize that we were that close.
Yeah, these are
So-
only 10-foot squares.
So then let me reword that. I thought these were 10-foot square.
They are, but
I
it
thought they were bigger
looks
squares than that. I'm
it
sorry.
looks further than it actually. I mean, it's if you were hitting her, you'd be all right, but because you've got to aim at the back of the bookshelf.
Well, then I want to throw it over here. Like, I would know that bookshelf was probably too close to me. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't have a problem in you not doing that if that's what you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'd throw it over here because I know the radius would still hit her from back here. And
Okay,
knock
so
it
you're
out.
basically going to lob it back here, knowing that she's behind that bookshelf.
Yeah, because I see Kyla shooting there. I know she's there from that.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm going to put it.
I am
essentially.
fine with that. You've got the justification for it, so
Cool.
Do you have to
alrighty.
destroy that bed, though? Because that looks comfortable.
Yeah, the bed's probably not going to survive.
There's another bed on the other side, Emily.
Quick, drag the bed away.
Oh, phew.
I'll cast here's my
All
fireball
right.
roll.
Okay.
Well, it's 21 points of fire damage. She gets a DC 15 to save.
There's the luck thing again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And her save is gonna pass, so she's gonna take half. So she takes 10 fire damage.
Yeah, but she's real warm now.
Hey,
I bet
And the
that's
bed is
pretty
on fire.
annoying.
Or you
bed
just
is
gave her
on
the idea to
fire.
do it back to us.
I'd like to see her try. Please don't do that.
She did already.
alrighty,
Although you did counter it, so that's good.
poof. Okay, yeah.
I didn't counter anything.
Emlyn.
dude.
I'm gonna try to take down the giant bastard with my right in front of me that's been taking some hits. Eldritch blasting it twice.
Yeah. Force damage.
Hmm.
Eh. I mean,
One
it's-
hit.
Yeah.
One more hit. Yep, 11 points. The same one you're hitting.
Yep. Oh, is this one up top?
Always.
All right.
Oh.
Alrighty.
When it comes to giant stone men, you're the tops. Kill it.
Alrighty.
exploding real slow.
No, I'm just double checking something real quick.
How big it explodes?
No, I know how. Fireball's not a thing.
When I start singing, it's because I don't know what's going on.
He's preparing something really scary. What's that fruit on that table, by the way?
Sorry?
Is it fruit or is it gold?
It's
That's gold.
I thought we were talking about this table over here.
Right.
I was like,
No.
that's not fruit.
No, you know what it is? It's the chocolate coins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, chocolate coins
So
with,
it's
like,
I
both.
love those.
a
So it's
bowl of milk, right?
I do too. They don't taste like chocolate at all, but that's what I like so much about them in a way.
right. That's it.
You know, like they taste so fake chocolate, but God, they're good.
It's like brown painted wax. It's great.
Oh,
Give me some of that painted wax.
did you ever eat those little soda bottles, the wax soda bottles?
Yes.
Nips, whatever they're called. Yeah, not good.
Sorry, super derailing everything.
Okay, so Emlyn, you blasted him for another 10. Okay, it is her turn. She doesn't have any concentration spells up anyway. In that case, she is going to... Where are we at?
Right in the middle of killing Kyle.
Yeah, she is going to cast a spell at Kyla. 18 wisdom save.
Oh, come on, Kyla. You're wise as shit.
I am wise as shit. Like, I don't have proficiency in this, and it's already a pretty good save. Let's try it.
All right. Okay. Yep. You are currently under the effects of a fun little spell.
What's it called?
It's called Dave. Dave the spell.
I hate Dave.
I knew it.
Yeah. You are basically. You feel a little confused.
Oh no.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, not this one.
I'll check BattleNet real quick.
Why ever would you do that?
Right.
I'm expecting I'm probably
Yeah,
shooting-
basically, at the end of each of your turns, you get a wisdom save to try to beat it. Or if she loses concentration, of course. Okay, but that is all she's going to cast, and she is going to move behind this table
To eat her chocolate.
to eat her candy. Right?
Eat a little
Okay,
nibbles.
and we are...
coins.
Tolgar! You are still pinned into the stairwell by the two ginormous stone statues.
Yeah. So why, if I'm on the stairwell, why can they both attack me at once?
Because the stairwell is 10 foot wide, and they both have big stabby sticks, or big stabby swords.
Fine. Okay. I'm still, the other one's still alive, the one that we've been hitting.
Uh-huh, yep.
Yeah, I'm still hard at work.
Yeah, bearing in mind, you're at the bottom of the stairwell. Now, if you was to run up the stairwell,
Ooh, nice.
so
choice.
that they would have to come into the stairwell, then only one could attack you. But then, of course, you're going to nullify other people's ability to do anything.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Alright, 34. Okay, that is enough. This one shatters and collapses in a huge stony pile of rubble on the ground.
Okay.
Good job.
Emlyn, one left.
Alright, the remaining statue is going to belt you once more, or attempt to. Swinging its huge obsidian scimitar in your direction. It will not hit you. Kyla, you're up. Okay, so first thing you've got to do is roll me a d8. A d10.
Okay, I don't know why I'm doing that, but I'm gonna have that.
Is an 8. Creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a random determined creature within its reach. If there is no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn.
Ooh, nice.
So basically, you stand there looking.
What's that?
And then you get to make a saving throw.
Okay.
Wisdom 18.
Wisdom.
End of your turn.
Wisdom.
Shoot,
Be smart.
Be smart. Be wise.
be
Sorry.
wise. I'm just gonna roll straight and see what
BAM! There you go.
Natural 20!
All right. Yep, you broke it. You broke the spell. So you do not. You are not bound by that spell anymore. So congratulations.
I tried that. Didn't like it.
I don't like being confused. Damn it! I want to be not confused. All right. Theo.
Okay, I can't see really anything anymore. She moved. I don't know if she
Oh,
moved.
there's this big thing here.
But I'm just saying that's the only thing I can really see.
It is.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I don't want to do it again, but I gotta do it again. I'm gonna cast Shatter on it again. There's a lot of inorganic stuff in this cylinder.
You want to cast Shatter on it?
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
Organic stuff in this.
I'm casting it. I'm casting it back so it hits the thing.
All right. So you're gonna shatter this thing. Go ahead. Roll the.
Shatter this thing. Pew, 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 pew. Yikes.
All right. 14 points of thunder damage. It can try to save for half,
Yep. I'll mark that spell slot.
and it fails miserably. So it is taking 14 points of thunder damage. Okay.
Hello, statue.
First points of damage on that statue. Emlyn, you're still halfway up a stairwell.
Shoot. Can I dash out of there without incurring an attack of opportunity by running behind Tolgar?
Not without kind of doing some kind of crazy dive.
Crazy dive.
Because, I mean, you've got Tolgar in the stairwell with Thelonious on his back and this big-ass thing, like, pressing him. So you're going to have to kind of jump off the top stair at an angle to try to basically fly down here. So I will allow you to do it, but I'm going to require you to make an athletics check.
Okay, now, if I do that and fail, will
Or
I
acrobatic.
take
So I'll let
damage?
either one.
It doesn't make a difference.
Depends how bad you hit the ground, because you're going to... You may.
Okay. So I am unfortunately going to claw at Thelonious. Because
Okay.
I have 1 health and I'm not risking a tumble that will kill me.
Are you just doing a regular claw, or are you vamping him?
I'm doing a clawed attack.
Oh, that's
And
correct.
So it's only for 1 extra damage. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so you basically just scratched with your necrotic talons. You just suddenly just tear into poor old Thelonious in his papoose. That's so horrible. Okay,
I cast
yeah, that
Fireball on
hurt.
Emlyn.
That hurt. So 9 points of necrotic damage for you, Theo.
I can also attack twice. So it's,
Followed by another 6.
sorry, I'm just going to say sorry, but I needed it.
Oh.
Okay, so 15 points of necrotic damage to Thelonious Conch, and
Yeah, I'll take it.
Emlyn gets to suck up half of that.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay,
I'm a
alrighty.
monster, I know. I apologize.
Yeah, you are a monster.
Yeah.
Alright, it is her turn. Okay, now because I do not believe DMs should metagame as well, she is not aware that Kyla is not still confused. I don't think there's any reason why she should be. Her brain is concentrating on a whole bunch of stuff. She's cast the spell. She's feeling it. By the time she's not really. I mean, she's concentrating on maintaining the spell. Some people would argue, "Oh, well, she'd know if it broke because she's concentrating." I'm going to say that she is not going to be fully aware of that. Instead, she is going to cast another spell.
Summon pigman.
No, she's not actually. She's not going to do that. She is instead going to
Your chocolate.
trigger that. Okay. Because a certain somebody took a certain heart out of there. So
And damaged it, if that means anything.
no, it does. Okay, so normally this would not need a roll, but because you have done a certain amount of damage to this thing, there is a 40% chance that this will not work.
Okay.
Okay, so you hear her basically from behind the
behind her table. Kyla, you can see her. She's concentrating on the circle, raises her arms, and basically gives a command. And she's doing this like beckoning motion. If this is 40% or less, it is going to fail.
Come on.
Normally there would be no roll. She could do this once per turn, or once per round. But 40 or less, 23. Okay, what happens is you start to see in the circle what appears to be the image of one of those bizarre babao demons. It starts to materialize. Woo! But then it like literally seems to get like crushed by the fractulation of the purple light. And you see it like split down the middle, and it dies before it actually gets out of the summoning circle.
How does she feel about this?
Of which point you hear "No!" coming from behind the bookshelves.
You a motherfucking G's, Maddie.
Hey.
Ruin someone's day pretty bad.
Because she doesn't have a heart in there anymore, she can't use it again. So, because there's nothing to fuel it. So, at this point, anyway, there you go. So, that was actually a really good strategic move, even though you might not have realized exactly what you're doing. It seemed like the right thing. It was a great idea. Togar, you're up.
Hi, I can hear her again. Okay.
No!
How long couldn't you hear, Jane?
I messaged you guys in Battle.net for a while. It stopped. I
don't read your messages.
That's what it's for.
I didn't get a message.
Whatever.
So I missed everything. I apparently a demon didn't summon. So, right?
She tried to summon a demon out through the portal, and it failed because basically Thelonious had messed up the thing that was basically the energy source for the summoning circle.
Okay, and the statue is still attacking me?
It is, yep.
Yeah, so I'm getting rid of that so we can focus on the big bad. So
Alrighty.
Shwing twice.
Shwing twice, like Wayne's World?
Shwing.
Yes.
That is a 22. Does both hit?
Nice.
Alright, for 42.
Shwing.
Okay. Again, you have now got significant cracks running up and down the body of this thing. Its turn to retaliate, as it will swing its big scimitar at you. 21.
Hit.
Togar, no.
15. So you take half of that.
I'm dead.
Rounded down. Good. We didn't like you anyway.
He didn't compose and
Yeah, so you take
perform
7.
Your honor.
7 points of damage. 'Tis but a scratch. Kyla Ward,
Yeah.
you get to act. You get to do things.
It's time to do. I
the do.
don't like about just as much as Thelonious doesn't like getting magic used on him is about how much Kyla likes it. That being said, I'm going to cast another Zebra Strike
Okay.
and work my way around the backside of this bookcase to just kind of attempt murder.
All right.
The thing she does best.
I will tell you, you are definitely within murder range. You can do enough damage to murder her if you are successful. You can do it.
So, longbow of expenses, attack. I'm using the advantage shot. Obviously, I don't know if this counts as surprise, because probably not. But, yeah, that's my attack.
That's a solid hit for 9.
And then with the other bonus damages, since it's with advantage, 1d8 plus 3d6.
Yep.
Nice. Come on.
Oh,
Not bad. Not
that's
bad.
18.
That's nice. And then, yeah, I get that other shot, I guess.
All right. not that I'd normally tell you this, but for tension's sake, let's go ahead and tell you. You already rolled. Oh, did you just roll it? No, you haven't rolled it yet, right?
Go ahead.
You haven't rolled it.
No.
Okay, 10 or more.
That's really, really hard with my dice, but
Oh my god.
let's try it.
No.
You got it, dude.
10 or more, and you can take her out on this shot. Drum roll it. Come on, Kyla, you got this. You got this.
Thing yet.
Way to go.
Yes!
Nice. Okay. Yep. You have put the bitch down. She is down and out. Good job.
So basically, right at the end of it, it's like, no! Yes.
All right. How do you want to take her out? Give us a. How do you take her out?
Well, that was it. Yeah, no, I'm just denying her request for no and putting her out.
Yes. All right. Good job. Okay.
Yeah, that's -1. Okay.
Thelonious. Good
So
job.
it's just this one statue, yeah?
Pretty much seems to be the only thing standing is this statue. Yes, indeed.
Man, I really do not want to. So I've been kind of going. Yeah, I've been going like spell crazy here. So I'm gonna cast Fire Bolt on him. That's what I'm gonna do.
Alrighty, let him have it.
Okay.
8 points.
Burn.
Okay.
Burn it down.
Rock.
Burn the rock. Yeah, I know, but it's. I do not want to use another spell right now. And I know Emily gets to go too.
And it is Emlyn.
I'm gonna try to take this thing out with my beautiful blastinesses.
Your
it.
beautiful blastinesses.
Uno.
That's a
and
hit for 7.
then Dulcie.
And that's not a hit. 1 off. So you hit it for 7.
I'm sad.
Alright, okay, yep. So some of your Eldritch Blast busts off a small chunk off of its right shoulder. But it is still intact. She isn't, so she doesn't get to act. Tolgar, you're up.
Yay! Okay.
Kill it.
Hit this guy again. I'm really hoping to kill it this turn. Alright.
Nice.
Let's see. 2 hits. And that is a... Let's math that.
You
That's...
could even figure that out. It's 35.
yeah.
Do it.
You got him. Tell us how.
Okay, yeah, it's like a, I do the first slash and then the killing blow is like to the top of his head, like an egg cracking. You just see the top of his head crack and like all the way down his body.
And then he just crumbles down from the ground, from the top down. Nice. Okay. That is the last immediate threat taken care of. Alrighty. As you all breathe a sigh of relief, what do you guys want to do? There's busted obsidian all over the floor. There are 2 dead corpses of a poor disfigured man and some rough-looking woodsman. And there is the dead corpse of the woman that had the horns and was commanding those succubi.
Tolga, would you mind setting me down, please?
Oh, you ready?
Yes, I am finally ready. Thank you.
All right, and I just kind of untie it and just like let you go.
All right.
It lands on his ass in a big heap. At least you had stairs behind you, so you didn't have far to fall.
Okay,
What do
I'll.
you think being attached to me while I was getting hit?
Well, I thought we made a pretty good power team, don't you think? Really, the dynamic duo.
I was hoping to do a cool like spin move so you could all hit and then turn and then you blast.
Yes, why did you not do that? I thought that was given. No?
Situation didn't call for it yet. Maybe next time.
Next time, keep the papoose ready. Keep it warm for me.
All right.
He puts it under his lung.
Growth. I'm gonna come up. I'm just going to start inspecting all of the magical stuff up in the top quadrant here.
Same.
Okay, show me again.
Well, first I check this mirror out.
So let's kind of define what everyone's going to do first. So you want to go and check the mirror out. Okay, Emlyn, what are you going to do?
I'm checking the glyphs and the sigil out.
Okay.
In the middle.
Tolgar, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go with Emlyn to check out the glyphs.
Okay. And Kyla, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go collect a new livelihood.
Loot everything.
Okay, all right. So we'll go ahead and put Tolgar over here then, just so we can see him from underneath the pile of crap bodies that there are. All right. So Thelonious, yeah. So you looking at so you're basically, is that exactly where you want to stand? The reason I ask is I'm at. Okay, there you go. So you're actually going to come at it from the side. You're not going to stand in front of the mirror, right?
No, I know that would probably be looking down like the barrel of a gun. Like, oh, does this work?
That's why I asked you to clarify, because I didn't want to.
I'm not looking down the magic cannon.
Okay. All right. Well, yes. So basically, when it's not a glass mirror, like when you look in, kind of like glance at it, it seems almost like there's some kind of dimension through it. Like you could almost reach into it if you wanted to. You don't know whether you could, whether you couldn't, but that's how it looks. There is a strange kind of pulsating, static feel coming from it as you get closer to it. You can feel your hairs kind of pulling towards it a little bit. And there's definitely a lot of negative energy coming from this thing. That's all I'm going to tell you without some kind of roller action.
Okay. I mean, I would try to ascertain some more stuff.
Okay, so what do you want to do? You want to just want to kind of go by knowledge and use knowledge arcana? You want to...
Yeah, I would start with just to see if I can
Give me a roll,
figure it out first.
Give me a roll.
Yep. Yuck.
Okay. Yeah, so clearly you can ascertain that it isn't good, because of the negative energy. The problem is, it's like you're really not sure if that negative energy is just from the very nature of the magic that is on the thing, or if it's kind of projecting any kind of negative energy. So you can't really tell if it's kind of harmful to anything or not. But that's about all you're going to get out of that from that. Emlyn, what do you want to do over at the...
I mean, I kind of want to try to ascertain what Thelonious is on this glyph thing, but actually as it relates to me and my injured state, whether it can empower me in any kind of way. Being negative and I'm negative and we're all two negatives make a positive maybe. And
okay.
I mean, I'll obviously roll whatever
knowledge
I need.
arcana check.
$16.
Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is there is more than one glyph at work here. There appears to be magic on top of magic. Like, you can sense that there is a lingering spell over the summoning circle that is not necessarily part of the summoning circle. The circle itself clearly is that. It is some kind of summoning circle, but rather than actually be having somebody cast spells with this, like in a ritual, it seems to be that it is being powered by these pylons. Because there's energy coming straight. It's almost like, imagine the pylons as almost like a permanent concentration spell in effect.
Okay.
And they're maintaining this thing. But obviously, you know that they've changed. At one point they were blue, and then they're changed to purple.
Okay.
What do you want to do, Tolgar? Are you just looking, just to look intelligent, or?
What would happen if I just stepped on this? You need me to test it?
No, because our friend Porthan used it when it was blue, and now it's purple. I would not.
All right. Should I look into that mirror?
No, I would not look into the mirror.
What can I do then?
I think we should try to make it blue again. What do you think, Thelonious?
Well, it seems as that may be the proper way to go. He ran in, and when it was blue and turned purple, and one of the demons tried to come out. So perhaps it's like a switch, like the blue is going and the purple is coming. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so yes, I do. How long? So telekinesis lasts 10 minutes. Has it been 10 minutes? I assume so.
Yeah.
Well, didn't those statues move the mirrors to change the color of the?
They physically twisted them, yeah, on the pedestal.
Twisted back.
And that was sort of what I was going to say. Yeah. Thank you for
Alright.
stealing my thunder, Toga.
I had that thought. I'll do that.
Sure. Yes, of course.
I want to see if I could twist it back to where they were originally.
Okay, before you do that, let me just dive down to the southern part of the room. So
Sure.
what are you going to get your grubby little hands on first, Kyla? When you go over to the table, you can basically see what appears to be a large pile of gold coins, but it has got gemstones dotted all amongst it as well. Rubies, diamonds, sapphires, emeralds. Just at a glance, there is a small fortune sitting on that table.
Well, just at a glance, I'll probably pick a few of the gemstones, just not thinking about it.
Okay, so you just want to grab a handful of gemstones and stuff them in a bag?
Yeah. Just as I'm approaching, and then I'd be more interested, I think, in whatever she has on her, if there's anything terribly useful there.
Okay, you want to search her? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so the first thing you find is tucked into, kind of underneath her under robe, like at the back, so it wasn't noticeably visible. There is there's basically a very strange looking dagger. It has instead of one blade, it has two blades, but the blades are more cylindrical and come to a fine point, almost like the forked tongue of a snake. Are you following me? So if you can imagine the hilt and the pommel, the tip of the hilt actually does have, like where you hold it, the back of it is carved into a snake's head with its mouth open.
Say goodbye, show. Okay.
So you might want to write that down as best you can to remember it. And you can put down bag of precious gemstones as well.
Okay.
As soon as you're not literally kind of sitting there trying to appraise them all, but I mean, we know that they are top tier stuff. We're not talking semi-precious stuff. We're talking worthwhile.
Yeah.
All right. She also has a ring on her right index finger. The ring the ring is very ornately carved. It has what appears to be a large purple stone on the top of it. Probably a sapphire. Best guess. And that is what is physically on her, other than her kinky-looking clothing and her crown that is basically just a band that has two large pointed black horns that come off it.
Can I break that?
Yeah. Basically, if you pull it off her head, it's the band itself is fairly thin, so if you just snap it, it won't be a hard thing to break at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, toss it over a corpse and spit on her.
Okay.
I hate this bitch.
All right. So back over to you guys up top. So Thelonious, you wish to do anything else to the purple mirror?
No, if Tolgar's gonna be turning that blue one, that's kind of what I was thinking of doing. So I'm just gonna wait, watch, see what happens.
Okay. Emlyn?
I want to search basically the room, looking for that particular magical item that I always wanted and coveted from Portland to Wind, the gem.
Okay.
Which was originally part of the Tolgar plan to make his...
All right. There is a chest down here as well. You should have seen it, but just make sure you know it's there, Kyla, because you would have seen it if you
Even if you didn't see it on the map, your character would because it's so close to it.
Yeah, but I assume it's locked and I can't.
Okay.
I mean, so I would go over there and try it too. I mean, I would be searching everywhere.
And he drank that potion, so we'll get rid of that. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, so you want to go over and check the chest, in other words.
Sure.
Okay. Surprise, surprise, yes, it is locked.
What?
Does have a padlock.
Can I use my staff to try to break it, like from above? Just crash. Use the hilt of it.
You can hit it. Whether or not you're going to break a large iron lock with a quarterstaff is probably not very likely. Especially not with your methods.
I mean, what if I use chill touch to freeze it first?
Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna try doing.
It's all good. I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes down to doing enough to beating the hardness and doing enough damage.
You're gonna do it, and he's gonna say, "Don't you know how locks work, Shagget?" And then you're not gonna be able to do
So
it.
yes, I'm gonna use the chill touch cantrip to freeze it as much as possible, and then just try to break it open. That'll take a few turns, I imagine, or quite a few.
Okay, so roll the damage for the freezing.
All right.
Ooh,
All right,
nice.
13 points of... So you're making it go all white and frosty. Okay. Tolgar. So what are you doing?
Turning the mirror back to its original position.
Okay.
But just the one. That would be
Just the
both
one.
of them. But the one's broken, so maybe it'll power.
Oh yeah, maybe you're screwing.
Maybe we'll open a new dimension.
All right.
Maybe we'll fall into-
So this is what happens. Tolgar, you do that. Something bad happens because now you have the blue and the purple energy both impacting this thing. There is a sudden, very loud, and you start noticing that the lightning is bursting up from the top. Okay, let's see. Everybody within 20 feet of one of those pillars, first of all.
We locked him in hell.
If there was a pulsating noise that started to do that, could I just turn it back quickly? Like if I heard whoa, 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 like whoa.
Well, yes, you can, but it's going to take you a full round to turn it and a full round to turn it back. So you're going to stop it doing the worst of it, for sure. But... All right, where is... Thelonious is...
Thank God.
Okay, so it's just you two. Both of you give me a dex
no,
save, 15.
Dex save.
15 or higher.
I hate when you ask for that one.
That's generally the one that you use to get out of the way of stuff.
I never do it.
I have advantage on dex saving throws.
Oh, isn't that lucky?
Spells? Is that one of those?
Against what?
On effects you can see. Okay.
Yes, you can see it.
Effect?
It's a visible effect,
Then I have
so you can have advantage on that.
advantage. Okay.
I have it.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, you pass with both. All right.
Good job, Tolgar.
All right. So 13 points of electrical energy. 13 points of electrical damage. Tolgar, you will only take half of that. Thelonious, you're eating 13 points.
Yeah. Hey, Emily, come over here so I can scratch you.
Yeah, so basically, as soon as he does that, you start seeing the buildup of energy and like arcs of this crackling blue and purple nastiness start flying off and like moving directly towards the living entities that are in the room, which is they can only get as far as you two. And then on your next turn, you can turn it back, in which case it will die down and not continue to do bad things.
It seems that if you point both mirrors at it, an electrical discharge will strike.
You're gonna look over to Thelonious, whose beard is singed a little bit, and I'm gonna go. I know. The most Looney Tunes style I can possibly do it.
Great.
Alrighty. So, Kyla, are you doing anything else, or you just want to wait until Emlyn manages to get the chest open?
While Emlyn's doing that, I'm searching the desk for possibly a key.
Okay. There is a drawer.
Okay.
There is a key.
There's a key in the drawer. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the key. Is there anything else in the drawer?
In the drawer.
Should probably be.
There's about 7 or 8 pieces of vellum and an ink and quill, but that's all.
Oh, that seems useful for people who care about that. I'm just gonna put that out on the table next to the other stuff, and then turn around with the key, and I'm just gonna watch Emlyn.
The other thing that is on the table is a kind of like a little wooden stand that is, instead of it being flat on the top, it's kind of indented and conical, almost like it was meant to hold something, some kind of sphere. But the sphere is no longer, there's nothing in it, but there is like just the stand. Like at some point you could almost imagine there was maybe like a crystal ball or something sitting in it.
That's what I'm looking for, isn't it? Shit.
Alright, so I'm just going to turn around holding the key, looking at Emlyn continuing to freeze the lock further and further. I'm just going to be like, are you sure that's the best way to do that?
Holding up the key.
I'm going to look and snatch the key and put it in the kind of frozen lock.
Okay. You stick the key in the frozen lock. As you twist it, you basically goes and just snaps and falls to the ground.
Yes, it is. It was. I'm going to open the trunk.
Alrighty. You fling open the chunk to find several things in there. We'll worry about those in a second. Okay. So back up to Thelonious and Tolgar.
God.
So now realizing that pointing both mirrors at the thing is bad.
Don't cross the streams. Never cross the streams.
Never cross the streams.
That's what you did.
Oh,
You crossed the
known.
streams.
Thelonious, maybe turn yours.
Yes, thank you, Tolgar. Great direction. We need to do it on the count of 3.
Okay.
So wait. I know how this is going to go. Is it going to be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, go?
Go.
On go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You count. No, I'm going to count it off. All right, ready?
I think so.
Oh, I hope you are, Tolgar. 1, 2, 3, go.
Going.
Okay. So you're gonna turn the purple mirror away, and and then he's putting his back. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I didn't mess up.
No, this time what actually happens is you manage to.
Does it on 2.
That was one.
This time you actually manage to successfully turn the thing to where it is now back to being all pretty and blue. Oh, I don't want the blood. Blood can stay there.
Okay.
The blood.
What if we just don't face either mirror at it?
Well, then probably nothing happens, I assume.
Do we want this thing to be lit up?
Okay, so yeah, it basically all of the the purple pulsating orbs and the purple lightning have all kind of gone back to a glowing blue. And now the circle in the center is back to being blue as well.
Okay.
Well done, Tolgar. We did it.
Right.
So, who's going to go through that?
I will.
Of course. All right. Well, wait until we're ready. Don't go now.
He slugs through.
Yeah, but just thank you for volunteering. It's much appreciated. I'm gonna walk over to the rest of the group.
Okay.
Say, everyone, we have figured it out.
Oh, good, because I can't make left or right of this tapestry thing. It looks all what is this new art movement?
I'll walk over and take a look at what it is.
Okay. So what that looks like is basically, it's a like a brass rail that is indeed has a huge, big, thick, heavy tapestry. It is old. It is moth-eaten. It is worn. you can pretty much kind of glance at it and figure out that at some point there was some kind of scene going on that had a lot of people involved, but it's so badly damaged that it would need somebody very professional to do some restoration on it to really be able to figure out what it was.
I think I might know the guy.
Hold on a second here.
Something. We could bring this out to him. Yeah, I have nothing for this. I'm going to bed.
Alright, so you just gonna climb into the comfy bed? The one that is not burnt and singed and smoldering?
I'm just going to take a well-deserved rest. I killed the person.
Yeah, of course, right here in this bookshelf, there is a lot of once maybe readable books that are now little more than charred cinder.
Whoops. Don't lose anything important in there.
It's a thing.
Quick question. Would my prestidigitation help with that? With the tapestry?
Populate it for me.
Sure. Because I know that it can kind of... I don't know about it's reconstruct.
I don't know that it can really... Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But maybe clean it up to more to the point where we can at least maybe start making sense of it. Almost, you know what I mean? Like,
I would say that you could use it... I would say that you could use the spell kind of in lieu of proper materials and chemicals. You'd still have to make a roll to actually do well with that.
Yeah, it'd be more like a restoration process.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
Not
and instead of having necessarily the correct components to do it, you could fudge some of that with using prestidigitation, yeah. I'd let you do that. But you still would actually have to, like, make a dice roll to see how well you succeed.
What am I rolling?
Okay, well, it's gonna pretty much come down to a performance check.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I have a high skill.
Because it would be kind of an arty kind of, restoring something. It's gonna be kind of a...
I don't? Shocker! Okay. Alright, here we go. Performance check. 30th conch, 30th conch, 30th conch. I'm just kind of scrubbing and...
Okay. Yeah, so, you kind of just use it to kind of remove some of the wear and tear and pluck out some of the mold and stuff like that from it. Let's see. I mean, it's going to take a while, so you're going to have to... That's what you're doing right now is...
Yeah, if everyone's just... I mean, we figured out the thing. It seems like Emlyn and Kyler are just kind of mulling around, so I'm just going, all right, well, this is... I'm going to try to put my...
Okay, so that's what you're doing, at least for now.
Yeah.
All right. And we have a chest.
Yes.
What's in the chest? Well, the very first...
chest!
Looks like there's several interesting items in the chest. The first of which you will find out about next week because it is the end of the stream. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons and Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget, to keep up with all things How We Roll, follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website, www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
Hi, I'm the Satchmo. I speak for the trees. Thank you for watching How We Roll. If you want to see some more of me, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter @Satchmo. If not, I guess I'll just see you next episode. I love you. Take care.
What's up, you guys? It's the Snuggler here, and I am back for my second How We Roll campaign. I've been given some guidelines. One is to not name the character that I'm playing. Of course, probably gonna kill my character at some point. And two is to keep this as short as possible. Jane is just so lazy. Oh. So with that being said, so happy to be on my second campaign for How We Roll. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so @MaddieSweetTweet. That's pretty much all I use. So check you there. If not, I'm always here playing for you guys.
Shagget here. I play a character on How Reroll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter at aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How Reroll.
Hi, Jane here. You may have seen me in such films as Rise of the Fallen or Lyra vs. Legend. Thanks for watching! You can follow me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch. That's with a 0, not an O. Anyway, I gotta go. The cats. Peace, suckers!